This is part 2 of our conversation with Daniel regarding investing in property, particularly in South Florida, but anywhere around the world. Return on investment, I know that you analyze everything and then you make a business decision. Is this worth investing in? The time of acquiring it, the amount to acquire it, plus the renovations and the time, and then the resale. So what would you say the minimum percentage of profit that you would need to make in order for it to make sense?
So it really depends, because with the market and the changing conditions, it fluctuates. For us, we like to stay within the 17 to 20% return. That's ideal, but it doesn't always happen. It really depends on what we're able to do, how we're able to cut costs potentially, and things like that. But again, those things are more complex. It depends if you're using the bank's money, a lender's money, your own money, a finance partner's money, and it all ties in together. And obviously, as you know, there's closing costs and realtor commissions and things like that. So you really have to be careful and know your numbers very well in order to make sure you're getting the best return.
Do you have specific ownership types, or is it whatever is a good deal? And then also property types. We're filming today, it's in February in South Florida, 2025, and our condo market is really depressed.
Yeah.
So I'm guessing that condos are out unless it's a screaming good deal for the time frame. So is it single family homes and townhomes, and any specific seller type, or is it just if it's a good deal and the numbers make sense?
So for me and for us, for the company, our bread and butter is single family, because that's something that's going to be forever. Everyone's always going to want their home. It's like the American dream, really. You come, you work. If you're coming from out of the country, you buy a home. Something that people want to do for their parents that haven't had home ownership, or they want to do for their children that are just getting started. So that's something that's never going to go away, and we see the value in that. But obviously, you want to get into bigger projects, and I really like the commercial space personally. I think warehouses are probably one of the best asset classes in South Florida currently. So yes, it is all about the numbers, and any businessman would tell you it's all about the numbers, but sometimes there's things that go past the numbers, as I'm sure you know. Location, community, neighborhood, schools. These are all things that you have to take into account as well.
Absolutely. And businessman or businesswoman,
exactly.
I should say here in 2025.
Yeah.
Any advice that you would give if someone was looking to start investing in real estate? Any advice that you would give a beginning investor? And also for that investor, what are the trades that they would need to have relationships with if they bought a piece of property? Because finding the property is great, but you have to have the relationships with the tradesmen that are going to actually do the work on the property.
The biggest piece of advice would be to get into either a project or a new home for yourself, and try to do as much as you can alone first, to really experience it firsthand. And then eventually, as you grow and scale, then you could start to kind of delegate those things. But like we said previously, it really is all about relationships. The more relationships you have, the better trust you have with different vendors and different lenders, the better you'll be able to kind of orchestrate your way around the market and make sure you're positioned well.
And any cautionary tales? Like, I know for myself, I often talk with newer realtors about mistakes that I had made and what I would suggest. So if you were talking to a beginning investor, what are some things like, oh, I wish I had known that then, that could be cautionary tales for our viewers?
Invest where you believe in, and don't invest where there's a good deal. You really have to know the area, and you have to believe in it. And other than that, just really know your numbers. get your contracts straight, know what you're signing, what you're not signing, you know, have a good attorney on your team. It's huge also. And just take your time. Don't rush into things.
Very good. Another mistake I see sometimes beginning investors is they underestimate what the cost is going to be. They start on a project and they don't know what they don't know. So all of a sudden they get into something and they find something that they didn't expect and they don't have the capital to remedy that, and it becomes an emergency. So I would also say make sure that they're well capitalized, so that they can handle any unforeseen things that may come up.
100%.
Well, this has been great. Thank you so much.
Thank
we
you
have
for
learned
having
a
me.
lot. And if you like this video, please like and subscribe. I do read all of the comments. If you have any comments, questions, or suggestions, please put them below. I will put Daniel's contact information here. So if you have a property that you are looking to sell, contact me. Contact me first. If you want to invest, then reach out to Daniel and we'll be happy to get back to you. Thank you so much.